Good morning. Welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. I wanted to pick a card reading for the Uranus retrograde that starts actually today, Saturday, August 15th. And it actually does not go direct all the way until January 12th. So the significance is at the same time, in that time period, Mars will also be retrograde, and we're going to go through some pretty serious transits in the next couple of months. And I am sorry to say, some of these transits will make the last several months of 2020 seem somewhat calm and normal compared to the energy that we're about to go through. So it's important for all of my signs, and specifically my cardinal and my fixed signs, to take it easy on yourself. You know, it's important that I explain that now is just simply not the time to push things. The problem is a lot of people are pushing things right now, pushing their agendas. People are feeling a little bit desperate, insecure. This is a very human, natural response to what we've been through. And it's important to remember that when people begin to cling, because we will begin to cling to things, when you get into a period of somewhat undoing and unrest, you try to cling to the things that you find comfort in, and there's certainly no problem with that. In fact, it's very healing. But in this energy, it may not be easy. And there's a lot of needing to question your intentions at the same time. Uranus is a planet that brings freedom. And it's a very spiritual planet in a very Venus sign right now. And what Uranus does is bring revolution, and therefore it brings revelations. Uranus is a powerful outer planet that rules technology and science. And in the sign of Taurus, it rules our food, our agriculture. It rules our money, our finances, our economy. It rules the things that we value, luxury items. You know, Taurus is a very sensual being that it's about those comforts. And we are going through a revolution in our comforts. This is where we're starting to question consumerism a lot. And there are parts of us that have lived a normal way this far, a normal way of living. And things are changing. And when they change from Taurus, they change in an earthly manner, in the 3D. And the change is often permanent. So as if there was not enough pressure on 2020, it is certainly not a transit that is worth ignoring or overlooking, because it will cause a lot of anxiety and uneasiness. Now, if you notice on the 3-card pile, I picked all very soothing stones, because Uranus can cause upheaval. There is an area, it is a higher octave of Mercury, meaning that we can communicate and receive downloads from different realms. And some of those realms in the sign of Pisces are gentle. They're very gentle and soothing. This is kind of where you meditate and you receive in the things that you ask for, and there's a beautiful relationship between you and spirit. Uranus often operates a little bit harsher than that. Uranus is something that's very sudden, like lightning. And and it clears things out in order to free us from whatever restraints that our soul is going through at this time. And remember that there are so many planets retrograde. We're still looking back and healing our past. We're still not completely sure, and I'm not really guaranteeing that we will have the bigger picture of everything that's happening in our lives right now for many years. That we are kind of on a need to know basis with spirit, and yet we have to remain open, and we cannot fight the processes we're going through as people. The more resistance that you have, and that doesn't mean just purely resistance to change. It's resistance to listening to other ideas, searching out other perspectives. It's a time of scientific advancement. And so if you could use your mind in a scientific way, if you could detach from those more emotional trials that you're going through, and ask to see it from a higher perspective, you'll find a lot of answers, and you could gain a lot of traction with Uranus. Okay, so let's get into the piles. Pile number 1 is my Amazonite stone, green Amazonite. This is a very healing, soft stone that can kind of ease any anxiety or worry or tension. It makes a really fantastic worry stone to carry with you. And it's just a grounding energy. Pile number 2 is my Smoky quartz. The Smoky quartz has the ability to protect you even while you're going through some tough transitions in your life. If there are changes going on around you, the Smoky quartz kind of gives you that wisdom. I don't know if that kind of the serenity prayer, that regardless of what goes on around you, there are certain things you can control, there are certain things you can, and there's the wisdom to know the difference. It's protecting yourself from wasting energy on things you simply cannot control and focusing on the things that you can. The third pile is my Sodalite stone. This is a very beautiful blue, soft, neutral tone. Works for healing in communication, the ability to make yourself heard and understood, and the ability to explain yourself to others. Okay, so let's get into these cards. There's never like a really easy way to do this. Okay. Pile number 1, Amazonite. Move my coffee cup over here. Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Temperance card, 4 of Cups for your challenge card, and the Magician for the advice. Ooh. Cardinal Moon, Groundhog Spirit. Okay. Horse Spirit, card number 33. Ooh, and a new moon, a new start is coming. Yeah, this all makes sense with this Amazonite. Things are good, they are okay, and yet you may feel restless. And there's a need to kind of find some peace and serenity. Wow, this is really cool. Okay. So this Knight of Pentacles, I don't think this is you. Now, it could be vice versa, but I'm definitely picking up on two different energies. This Knight of Pentacles may be something or someone that you're moving towards. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. This could definitely be career related as well. Maybe this is a promotion that you're seeking or a new position. Knight of Pentacles is a little bit higher than, mid-management. So it looks like there is an increase in responsibility involved, and usually an increase in money, in finances. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. He is slow and methodical because he will not allow anything to affect his security. The things that he's put effort into, the things that he has built this far. And so he moves very carefully. And he is very grounded. This is not a knight that rushes into anything. He does not run in to save the day. He's kind of the guy you look at and go, well, thank God we've got him. When all the other plans fall apart, there is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, interestingly, underneath this Knight of Pentacles energy is the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. So I think there's a little bit like the pressure's on. This may have been a relationship or a job you've been in for a while, and you know that now is the time. Now is the time for this to happen. You've done so much, you've been through so much. If this is a relationship, you've been dating for so long and people are starting to ask, do you think you guys are going to move in together or get engaged? It's kind of that next logical stepping stone that you're trying to reach. And with that cardinal moon, when we are in so much cardinal energy, the Mars and Aries, the planets in Capricorn, we are compelled to take those steps now, to make the moves now. And underneath that cardinal moon comes card number 2, the card of Yin. This is such a beautiful, soft, feminine energy, which is really a duality compared to these two more masculine, make things happen, manage the money, manage the finances, carry out the responsibilities. There's a Saturnian and a Mars, which is actually a really beautiful flow, and then there is this feminine energy that steps in. So there may be a block here. There is something that you feel should be happening, and yet it is not happening at this time. And we are all a little bit at the mercy of time. And time is becoming so strange, because in some ways we have all of this extra time, and yet in so many ways we feel rushed to make the big decisions. Like we have to have an opinion. We have to know, even if you just put it in terms of the election, you feel so pressured to make this huge decision. And maybe this decision affects a lot of people. So there's pressure. But this I see as you. The King of Cups. Now there is such a beautiful mastery in this King of Cups, because I think he's been through a lot. I think that whatever your masculine side of your personality is, it has been through so much. And it has learned to remain emotional. Like it's the epitome of emotional maturity. The ability to not allow other people's drama to throw you off. That you will always remain in control, which is amazing. as we have all of this crazy energy going on, things that are making us feel tense and nervous, and you'll notice that people around us are really snapping. You know, people are in a short fuse right now, and yet you are very zen. Because you, I think, are operating from this place of, no, I have learned these lessons. And you sense that the universe may be kind of challenging you right now to see, all right, let's see how far you've come. Let's throw some stuff at you and see how you respond. Now, remember I said there's a block. And the King of Cups, it is the duality of that yin card. The King of Cups is this masculine, in control energy, and yet the cardinal moon with the yin card tells me that you may have mastered this masculine side of you, this control over your emotions, and yet there is still work to be done on the feminine side. Your ability to receive love, your ability to believe that you deserve the love, that you deserve the abundance coming your way, that you deserve the added responsibility. You deserve to take that relationship to the next level, that you are good enough that these people would choose you. And that can only come from a place where you have chosen yourself. That you see the real value, that you see the real beauty, and then the other people around you begin to see it too. That King of Cups comes out underneath this groundhog spirit, time to let go. 31 groundhog spirit underneath why. Okay, so let's take a look at your motives here. Like I said, oddly enough, in the beginning of the video, you have to let go. Let go of the need to control the situation. Let go of the need to control the timing. You are being asked to step into that feminine form right now, to step into your feminine side and allow. This King of Cups is very zen, and so this isn't a huge leap for you. But there are things that you have to let go of. And most likely those things are the outcome. The advice card is the Magician. And so Spirit is trying to show you how when you let go of the expectations, when you let go of the need to know, oh my gosh, what is this other person thinking or feeling? Oh my God, what is my boss saying to other people? Going on YouTube and watching 45 of your signs tarot readings, searching for answers. Like I said, you pulled this Amazonite. We're trying to ease the anxiety so that you can allow that feminine flow to come in. And so the why card, it's one of my favorite cards because it's something that I've learned over the years. Sometimes you're overcome with this feeling of, I just want this to happen. I just need this to happen right now. And the need actually presents a feeling to the universe that you enjoy being in the I don't have it yet. You want something so badly because you don't have it. Instead, what you need to focus on is how beautiful it will be when you do have that. How will you feel when you have that thing? And it may not even necessarily be that thing specifically. I mean, when we're talking about Uranus, there is so many sudden things that could happen, so many situations that could really bring people into your life quickly, and as well, sort of eclipse other people out, people that no longer resonate at the vibration that you're at. So why? Why are you feeling the need to control this situation? Is it out of fear that if it doesn't happen now, it will never happen? Because what the universe hears is, I do not trust the universe. So it is the lack of trust in yourself, the lack of trust in the universe, the lack of trust in your intuition that is the roadblock, the delays. Center card is that of the Temperance. And underneath the Temperance card is card number 33, Horse Spirit. There is going to be a release, a very powerful release within yourself. And it may be jolting, but at the same time, you're gaining so much freedom. The Temperance card, the Horse Spirit, these are all very Sagittarius feeling, no longer entrapped in your mind, no longer entrapped in doubts, the ability to truly believe that the things that happen always happen for your highest good. Your ability to feel your way through the tension and the anxiety and to keep yourself rooted, to keep yourself grounded, to not be afraid of the emotions and yet to allow yourself to experience them. Suddenly these blocks are falling away. You're working them out. I think there's a real intense focus on the ego during these next few months while you question some of your desires, some of your needs. Power plays. You know, again, if this is gaining a bigger, gaining a higher position at work or something, why do you want that? Do you want that position simply because you feel the need to control, to be in charge, because you want to be really careful, but you don't want to sign up to something in which you will be carrying a burden that you're no longer even meant to carry. So if things don't work out right now, it's because the universe has a different plan. And it's a plan that's going to make you free. It's going to allow you to really love the things that you do. It doesn't have to be so logical. It could be more in, I just enjoy it. I'm just lost in the joy of things. And that's really clear because your challenge card is this Four of Cups. There is boredom. You may be tempted to fall into that vibration of, oh, I'm just so sick of this. I wish that this would go away. I'm tired of being here. I just wish this would move already. And, the Four of Cups can sometimes be a dangerous place when we lose focus, when we don't see the opportunities for what they truly are. Horse Spirit and card number 40, co-create. The thing is, the things that you truly want are already headed your way. But you have to have the ability to see them. And you have to be careful because the Magician card in your advice, your thoughts will create your next reality. If you can remain in this temperance kind of Zen mode of trusting the universe and allowing the things to come to you. Remember, we're stepping into the feminine. You don't need to push. There's just simply no need to push at this time. Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. These blocks are simply going away. And if this is something, this Knight of Pentacles is something that is meant for you, they are also going through this transition and making the space to make you a more significant part of their lives. This is where you begin to create that future together. What will our house look like? Will we have a dog? Will we have children? You know, that's the stepping stones. Creating the vision. What will it feel like? And making sure that it fits you. Making sure that it's right for you. You know, it's not the need to want. Let me say that again. There's a difference between the need to be wanted by somebody and the peace that comes from knowing that person wants you. In matters of your career, in matters of your friends, in your family. You know, sometimes we operate where we need to be right. We need to be respected. There are expectations that you have for other people. And yet we forget that those other people have their own paths, their own journeys, their own experiences. And that it is simply impossible to force things to happen or people to come into our lives and act in a certain way. And when you begin to let go of that, your whole mind opens up to new possibilities, to new things that you didn't even know. They do make sense. They do add up. There is alignment. When you let go of that ego and you see things for the way that they are, that magician, if you are able to let go of your need for control and allow this person to come to you in their time, in their plan, because a Knight of Pentacles will always have a plan. This is not someone that you need to worry about running off with somebody else. No. Entertaining other options. No, I don't see any of that here. And so there's very little need for you to worry. The assignment is for you to step into this feminine part of yourself, to truly believe that you deserve it. You have to allow this abundance to come into your life. You're just not quite ready. There's just voices in your head that are still saying you're not good enough, you're not ready, you don't know enough, there's not enough money. All of those things have to get worked out as you find the true reasons as to why you want this. And you're willing to show those to the world. You're willing to speak up for those things. Because the magician, the new moon, a new start is coming. And card number 49, the observer. This is when you take a step back and just watch it come to you. There is nothing you need to do at this time. Be in the moment. Enjoy your life for what it is. If this is a job that's going to bring a lot of responsibility, well, it's headed your way. So let go of the anxiety and just enjoy the time that you have right now before you get bogged down with all this other stuff. If it is a relationship, tone down the pressure. It doesn't have to happen at a certain time. You know, if you've made the decision that you're going to be married by, 30 and having children by 33, if that's a timetable that you're stuck to, the universe doesn't care. And this other person may not care. They just want to be happy. They just want to know that you're in it, that you truly want it. And so you have to believe in it yourself. Amazing, amazing reading. All right, let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, like I explained, is that smoky quartz crystal. There's an element of maybe needing to be protected or calm or safe through certain transitions. Such a beautiful stone. It's just one of my favorites. Okay. Queen of Cups. King of Wands. Two of Swords. Six of Swords. Nine of Swords. Okay. Well, it may honestly be a good idea for you guys to purchase or carry with you a smoky quartz. Also, black obsidian crystal would work as well. Because all of these swords in this first row here show a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness, nervous energy. And it's important to know, especially at a time in which we're going through a little bit of a health crisis in a lot of countries, your mental health is very tied to your physical body. And that if there are emotions and fears that are trying to bubble to the surface and yet you are resisting letting them come out, they will take form in the physical. They will come out as headaches, tension, body aches, fevers, purging of any sort. So it's important to watch your physical and mental health throughout this month. Okay, this Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. I love this Queen of Cups. I love her because she's like the full embodiment of surrender. Like, I just don't know, God. I give it to God. I give this to God. I give this to Spirit to please help me. I'm stepping away from my mind. I like that energy a lot. Beneath her comes the blue moon. Believe in the impossible. She definitely looks like she is believing in something. Believing in the good in the world. Believing in the good of other people. Believing that something can be changed, something can be fixed, something can be brought back to life. Underneath that blue moon is card number 10, the unfinished symphony. There may be a relationship or a situation, even just a friendship, that has come to an end. And yet there is unfinished business. There is the need for healing, the need for understanding. Sometimes this Queen of Cups can really have a hard time letting go. Maybe a tug that maybe you need to talk to this ex. Maybe you need to understand things. Maybe all of this was a miscommunication and things can still be fixed. In this person's mind, if this is you or if you are the King of Wands, in this person's mind, they want this very much. They want to fix this. They're very emotionally attached to this situation. Now, next to that is a lot of duality because we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is a card of Leo. This is a mature, masculine energy who knows exactly what he wants, knows exactly what he needs to be fulfilled. And there's no fear. There's courage to demand that life and people be a certain way. And I don't know why, but I'm picking up on this lack of respect, lack of I'm like at a loss for words right now, but I feel it. Not, I feel like this Queen of Cups truly does love and admire this King of Wands. And yet this King of Wands is just not feeling the love. Maybe they're just two different vibrations. Maybe they just love very differently. The Queen of Cups can be a little bit controlling, but maybe a little bit smothering, over nurturing. And the King of Wands wants freedom, wants passion, wants adventure. Maybe there is a lack of sexual compatibility between the two. Maybe there is a lack of connection. I don't know. I feel like a giant divide between these two people. There is almost an emotional codependency on one end, and someone just wanting to run away from the pool of this other person. Underneath the King of Wands is the chameleon spirit. I feel like this King of Wands is afraid to express how he truly feels. There's a fake smile, a fake almost to fake it till you make it on this connection. I just don't feel like the heart is involved here. And whoever you are, and I'm very sorry if you're the Queen of Cups, but there's just a lack of passion. And the chameleon spirit is where this King of Wands kind of walks on eggshells, afraid to disturb this Queen of Cups energy, to set her off in some way, to create another emotional drama. The never-ending story, card number 37. It's as though this King of Wands is just so tired of the same thing over and over again. The same arguments, the same fights. And yet there is a need to stay together. There is a gravitational pull to one another, as if something has not been done. There is almost a sense of karma is just not complete yet. The Two of Swords represents a decision. And this woman almost looks tortured and haunted. And there's so much noise, like nagging. I feel that nagging. And you know that you want to walk away. Yet you're having a hard time understanding the intuition. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling like you want to stay put, you want to keep everything the same, and yet everything around you is demanding that you wake up and pay attention and make a change. That one more word, one more fight might be the very thing that drives you to do that drastic thing, that thing where you walk away and you leave it behind. Right now I'm sensing that you are the King of Wands, and although you want to remain a solid part of this relationship and work through it, it is quite literally torturing you to stay here. Next to the Two of Swords is the Six of Swords. And this Six of Swords, there's only one person in the boat. And she is actually being pulled to safety by these black birds, by her fears. If you look in both of these, and actually in the three last images, there are these black birds that I see as your intuition. Your intuition telling you now is the time to end this. Now is the time to choose you. Now is the time before your body starts to actually suffer from all of this fight or flight drama and stimulation. Now is the time for you to seek solace. Now is the time for you to seek rest. You're being divinely guided. The Six of Swords and card number 34 breaking down to 7, Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. Underneath that is card number 17, the Fates. I think I literally just said this in the other reading too, so man, it's definitely Uranus season. The Fates is the serenity prayer. It is the ability to let go of the things that you cannot control, and to control, and I'm totally screwing this up right now, and I just said it like 10 seconds ago. The divinity prayer. God grant me the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to... I'm totally blank. This is so silly. But you know it. And that's that hummingbird spirit. Be here now. It is okay if things don't work out. I don't know why I feel a fear of letting somebody down. A fear of disappointment in yourself. You know, there is a certain loyalty and devotion that you have to this Queen of Cups, and yet it feels as though you are being smothered and restrained. There's so much uneasiness. I am actually picking up on like this knot in my stomach. And as you go through this period with Uranus in retrograde, you will begin to see things and allow them to lead you to freedom. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. There's a lightness. There's a fluidity, there's movement, there's allowed to be movement. And so I think the universe wants you to know that it is okay if this situation doesn't work out. It is okay if you choose to walk away from this. Nine of Swords. I don't know, there may be some kind of communication. There might be, you know, full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. And this Nine of Swords, it feels as though there is an end. And that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to say those words, to do those things. It's not going to be easy, especially if you live with this person. It's not going to be easy to take care of all of the details and things. And I don't think this person will make it easy on you either. And yet there is a lesson here. Full moon in Gemini is always about the truth. And sometimes we are given certain situations because they are not meant to succeed. And there's a level of grace that you need to have for yourself. To know that your happiness is a priority. That you cannot simply be somebody whose only purpose is to make this other person happy. There has to be something more. There has to be an end. There has to be, you know, I mean, it's not for sure that the relationship will end, but the drama absolutely will, and it has to. If it does end, card number 28, building blocks, it's just simply so that your foundations can be built stronger and better and made to last. I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes there's just rejection is protection. And I see that with Uranus a lot. Suddenly, relationships don't work out. And you get, you know, in a Uranus transit, especially a transit with Venus, which remember Uranus is in a Venus sign. If you're in relationships that feel controlling and stuck and you know, your need for liberation is so strong when Uranus is in play. There's a need for freedom. If you're not in relationships where you could just be you, and that person loves you, they love the flaws, they love the beauty, they love the silliness, you know? If you always feel like you're on stage for somebody and you have to maintain a certain character in order for their life to not crumble, well, that job becomes a little bit too daunting. This King of Wands actually has some really beautiful intentions, and yet that lion is behind him. Almost a feeling like you have to submit. There are things that somebody wants you to submit to. And you know it's not right. I think you know. I think you know deep down what you truly want. And yet maybe someone else's energy is so strong that you just can't seem to make that move. But you will. There will be answers along the way. There will be signs. You will see them clearly, and you must follow your intuition. And give up your need to control. Give up your need to people please. Allow the universe to step in. You know, maybe you need to be more in this Queen of Cups mode of surrender. If this does not work, then grant me the ability to walk away. If you are in a relationship and you are very, very determined to make it work, regardless of the coldness and disconnection by the other person, pushing will not work. Forcing will not work. It will backfire. Nagging at people is not really going to be effective this month. People are going to do what they're going to do. People are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to feel certain ways. It doesn't have to affect you so much. This will not last forever. And the universe is kind of just waiting on you to focus on you. To release the need to be the person that someone else needs you to be. It's a powerful, powerful transition. But with that end card, full moon in Gemini and building blocks, there's progress. It moves quickly once this is over, once this situation is cleared out. And Nine of Swords is often a lot of worry for no reason. It's anticipatory anxiety, worry about what is going to happen, where are we going to go, and then it's like pulling off the Band-Aid. Once the words are said, once the things are done, you just easily look to your future. All right, what's next? I am free to recreate my life and do whatever it is I want to do. It really is freedom. Okay, moving on to pile number 3. Pile number 3 is the Sodalite. So I'm expecting there'll be some kind of a focus on communication, although that pile number 2 is a lot about communication as well. Ooh. King of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Hermit, Nine of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay, well, right there, I'm going to tell you there is a lot of Virgo energy coming out. That could mean that August and September, mainly September, will be a pretty crucial time as far as this storyline goes. Now remember, Uranus will be retrograde all the way until January. However, it's not going to always be that intense. Usually during the shift, during the stationing, the change of direction, he doesn't change direction. But the optical illusion of it is what's jarring. So it's the week before, the week after the actual transition, and then the week before and the week after in January could potentially be some really big time for rapid changes, sudden things. One thing Uranus always brings is crazy weather situations, so keep your eye out for that. Okay, so here we are. King of Swords. I like this guy. This guy is very zen. I mean, like, honestly, and I'm not an air sign. You know, this is an Aquarius field, but this is kind of how I'd want to live. Up on a mountain by myself. Kind of, you know, being able to see the beauty from all around in every direction. and take it in, and yet be far enough away from the drama that it cannot affect me. That's a great thing about Aquarius energy, right? They're humanitarians. They're always for the underdog. They're always for the unusual. You know, march to their own beat, kind of not give a shit what other people think. Energy. Underneath that King of Swords is that full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Okay, so why are you on that mountain? This person in particular, and back to the mountain, being somewhat alone, being detached, being aloof. And the full moon Aquarius is kind of like this personal revolution. And then underneath that is card number 11, by the book. This is very Saturnian as well. There's you know, the King of Swords is very logical. And he has a vision, a plan for the future, a vision of the way that things should go and should be. And I think he creates a lot of distance between him and others. I get this feeling like he doesn't really need anybody. He is fine on his own. Yet the full moon in Aquarius show the world the real you. I think someone has managed to sneak into his world. Thus, the revolution. Card number 11, by the book. There is pressure to do things the way they're supposed to go. The natural progression of things, the need to do the right things. This talks about our core values, you know, kind of what society expects of you. So, you know, not to say specifically, maybe somebody got pregnant, well, the expectation would be to get married, you know, doing it by the book, making things official. That doesn't necessarily have to be that situation at all, but that is an example of making it official. You know, doing those taxes, filing for those permits, doing all the right things, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. So it's a very different energy from that Aquarius of, I just don't care. I don't care what other people think. I don't care what they say I am and I'm not allowed to do. Next to that King of Swords is the Hanged Man. There's a idea of suspension, being suspended in the unknowing. Jamie, close it. Sorry, guys. There is an unknowing, undecided. Maybe this King of Swords, I don't know, I got the feeling that somebody kind of crept into his perfect world where he can control all of the things. So nothing can go wrong because he does them all himself. And yet right now the universe has him seeing things a little bit differently. A little bit softer and a little bit warmer. Underneath the Hanged Man is one of my very favorite cards. Card number 42, Otter Spirit. You are never alone. Yeah, I feel like this King of Swords is keeping his distance from what might be a very significant relationship. You are never alone. This could also be if you're struggling with questions about spirituality, questions about how the universe works. You know, is there a God? Is there a higher being? Outer spirit, you are never alone. Maybe you lost somebody and you're starting to understand things from, a psychic place, starting to understand that death does not necessarily bring an end. But either way, there's a softening because of a connection. Because of your connection with God and Spirit, or because of your connection with someone else. This is very loving. I don't know if this is a relationship. I mean, you two might really, really adore each other. When you're together, I feel this soft, loving energy. Just pure happiness being together. Underneath the Otter Spirit is card number 52, Mending. If this King of Swords is keeping his distance from a very beautiful and loving situation, then mending is being called for. Mending the relationship. Now, Sodalite, maybe there have been some misunderstandings, and you will understand them before this is all over. You will see that they were either misunderstandings or misjudgments. Maybe the King of Swords is coming off as rather unattached and aloof. And you are this Hanged Man, not understanding how two people can make so much sense together, be so in love, and yet there is so much hesitation from this King of Swords. The King of Swords is kind of going through his own revolution. Like I said, I feel as though this is somebody who had a plan that he was or she was going to get married by a certain age and have children by a certain age, and this person would have brown hair and blue eyes and, whatever your plan was. And yet maybe you meet somebody that doesn't fit any of that at all, and yet you are in love. And so what do you do? What do you do with all of that? Do you let go of those hard plans, those goals that you set for yourself? Do you let go of them? Can you trust this? The King of Swords is not a trusting person. He's up alone on that mountain for a reason. He does not always believe that others have the best intentions, and he keeps himself safe. He keeps his mind safe. His mind and his ego keeps him safe from others hurting him. And so you are stuck in suspension. And the longer that you spend in the unknown, the longer that you spend hesitating being unsure of what this even is, the more healing will need to occur. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because 52, mending, is a promise of whatever disconnection there is now. It will be okay. It will be easy to overcome. There will be forgiveness. There will be an understanding that this is much too special to hold grudges. You know, this King of Swords, I think, is struggling with two different sides of himself. And the Hermit card, card number 9, card of Virgo season. This is somebody that goes within, seeks a deeper purpose. I like this because here's the thing. This King of Swords isn't just going to jump into this. There's a lot of soul searching. There's a lot of questioning his purpose in this universe. You know, what is he meant to do here in life? Because you've shaken him. You've shaken up this plan, all his perfect plans that he had in this jar. And you come in and you shake it up and you throw it all in the air and, well, what now? What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do with this? Am I going to allow all of this change? Am I going to allow somebody to get so close to me that they could actually hurt me? The Hermit card comes out next to that Knight of Pentacles. Your challenge card, the Knight of Pentacles. I'm picking up on two different people here, so it could be vice versa. But the Hermit card is a really beautiful Virgo energy, as well as the Nine of Pentacles. But the Nine of Pentacles is a challenge. So in some ways, your ability to stay single, to stay self-sustaining, might be an issue if you are this hanged man waiting for this King of Swords to decide where this is going to go. This Nine of Pentacles may be an irritation. You might be irritated in that between places where you don't quite live together, or you're not married but you've been living together forever, and there might be a need to say, you know what, if I'm going to be on my own, I'm totally going to be on my own. If you do not want a relationship with me, then I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to go over and do my thing. I'm going to go over and be single, because you can't have both worlds. You can't have somebody completely invested in the relationship and the other person isn't really sure where it's going. The Nine of Pentacles, your values will begin to be questioned. Now, I don't think that this person does not value you, because I'm seeing their side and their emotions, and they do. They do value you. It is not a personal thing. It is, you cannot take this so personally. They've got to go through their thing, and you may have to just hold space. Because the things that they're working through are clearing the path. It's getting them to that Nine of Pentacles place where they could offer something to you. And the earth energy is making something real. So just don't be so quick to make the changes right now. Underneath that Nine of Pentacles is card number 62, Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. This is going to move slow. If this is a relationship, if this is a job offer, whatever this is that you're wanting to come in that you feel so connected to. And there's frustration. Well, I feel like time is on your side, although you are frustrated by it. Slow and steady wins the race. Look, this person is in hermit mode. He's not in Knight of Wands mode. He's not out trying to meet other people, explore his other options. That's not what I'm getting at all with this. I'm getting this person going within to make some really big decisions about their life. And yeah, they may have you at arm's length right now. Once they make those decisions, they are solid. They are solid decisions you can trust, you can count on, you can rely on this person. So you have to give them the space to adjust to this new way of being, adjust to these new visions. Turtle Spirit card number 62, breaking down to an 8, makes it the card of infinity, that this is timeless, that time should not even be in the equation. You know, maybe some people date for 15 years before a commitment comes in, and that's okay, it doesn't matter. Milk and honey, 51, breaking down to a 6, gratitude. Because here's the thing, you enjoy your time together. And even if this person is keeping you at a distance in some way, there is still a level of things that you are enjoying together, the time that you spend together. There's a sweetness to this. There is an easiness to this. Like there's love, respect, and friendship all in here with this beautiful devotion. And yet what I'm seeing is a lack of wands. I'm seeing a lack of actually making this happen. And so you may be wondering if this person even wants you. And yet this person adores you. You are this person's sweetness. You are this person's bright moments. Advice card is the Fool. Go with the flow. Take the leap of faith. Let go of anything that may have happened in your past. This indecision by this King of Swords may be triggering an element in you where this must mean they don't want me. This must mean this doesn't mean anything to them. Like I said, you cannot take this personally. This thing that they're going through, this journey that they are on. If you truly love them and you really truly want this to work out, then you will allow them the time. The Fool, she carries no baggage. Well, I dated somebody 10 years ago that felt like this and it was a disaster and I wasted all that time and I just refuse. You know, I want what I want and I want it now. No. The universe won't give it to you like that. And you know better because you feel how special this is too. You want somebody because they want to be there, because they want to give you the world, not because you said they can't be there unless they give you the world. Any forms of conditions you are putting on this relationship will only further the delay. It will only scare this King of Swords. If you love this person, if this is a special connection that means a lot to you, then you will simply let it be. Whatever it is meant to be. And see, this time is serving you as well, because as he's over here figuring out his stuff, you are over here. Well, the universe is pushing you to let go of these conditions. You are letting go of your need to control. You're letting go of your ego taking these things so personally. New moon in Scorpio. There will be a new phase of this relationship. There will be growth. There will be intense emotional connection once you're willing to allow it. You're both going through tremendous changes in order to be together. Card number 9, your final card, Treasure Island. Timing is on your side. It's very much on your side right now. You're moving into something very beautiful, a relationship that is truly meant for you, an experience you both are meant to have. And before it can become official, you have to respect that you're both working your stuff out. So this can be long, lasting, forever, beautiful energy that you have in your life. This is a gift. This is a gift. Do not throw it away because it doesn't have the right gift wrap or the right bow. Patience and time and appreciating the things that are beautiful and communicating, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, not taking those things personally. That's where you will win. That's a powerful reading. All 3 of these were. All right. Don't forget to drop a like, share, subscribe to my channel. It's really appreciated. It helps get the message out to more people. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I may come back next week to go over another transit, maybe do another pick a card, and I will be beginning your September readings as well. I send you so much love. Have a wonderful time. Bye.